So there's Years War, Europe in Agony. I've decided to do just a quick summary and a wrap on this item as I've got other commitments coming up in terms of work and study, so I haven't really got time to go through a full playthrough of this. My apologies. So what I'm going to do is just basically just give a quick summary of where I think we're at with the game in terms of and how I've felt sort of playing it, and what I think is good or bad about the game so far. Well, in terms of good, I think that overall the game runs extremely well, even for single play. It's really quite interesting. You're learning about the events of the war, and you're getting to see the geography and move armies and sort of see some of the challenges for the commanders involved. In terms of the combat system, it's fairly straightforward and easy to play, and I think given a bit more time, I might have done a little bit more with this game in terms of sort of moving some of the armies around and making challenges on various provinces. I think if I was going to criticise the game in any way, then possibly the siege aspect, where just armies eventually wipe each other out, or rather besieging army can wipe out a besieged army, and everybody there I think is possibly, I can understand why they've done it for the game to make it work more simply, but it's possible that leaders would be ransomed, or captured leaders would be ransomed, or you might get defections from armies to each other. So but it's a very small criticism, and it's only based on a single turn playthrough with multiple rounds within the turn, but overall the game plays extremely well. It's pretty straightforward. There's not many cards, I think, for the early war game, which is something that other people have posted on Board Game Geek. I don't think that's a major issue, on the basis that it's trying to reflect the historical period and what actually happened, but I'm sure that if you play the extended campaign version, then there's probably enough cards in there to make it more interesting. The tables are quite straightforward to follow, and I really enjoyed my playthrough, so I will definitely try to get back to this game at some stage and do a more complete playthrough, probably just looking at each individual turn rather than looking at rounds, but it's well worth just playing through a few rounds just to see the mechanics of the game, and as I say, it's definitely one to get out in the future again. So I'm going to put this video up now, and I'm going to continue obviously posting my miniatures paint ups, and one of those will be coming through fairly shortly.